Welcome to the channel, Arsenal Present. Do me a favor as we talk about Arsenal winning the Emirates Cup, 1-1 regulation time, and we won on penalties, 5-4. Do me a favor by liking the video if you are new or you're just watching. Like the video, very important for the growth of the channel and the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe when I subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So let's have a chat about AS Monaco against Arsenal at the Emirates for the Emirates Cup. Now, the game was not as flawless as last season. Our friendly matches, right? Our present friendly match has not been as flawless as last season. And I get it because we've added 3 new players to the team. And let's not forget, we added 2 during the January transfer window. So you don't expect to have the same performance and the same fluidity and comprehension we had during last season's preseason. It doesn't work like that. We have a bigger squad. You have to tweak, you have to change formation. So you should expect that it won't be as flawless. Some of you calling it one of the worst preseason is a stretch. It is them a stretch. Let's not go into this fear mongering. I know the fear mongering brings tractions, it brings the views to those big platforms. It is what it is. But common sense should prevail. If you look at last season's team sheet and today's team sheet, at the back line, we had Kivio and Saliba. Gabriel did not start. Zinchenko did not start. Ben White did not play as a right back. We had just one player that started in the back four last season. Now, in the midfield, Xhaka has been sold, right? We brought in Rice, Partey, and Smith-Rowe. Odegaard did not start. Then the forward line, we had Martinelli, we had Eddie, and we had Fabio Vieira. How many changes? So why are you expecting the same fluidity that we had last season? Because we had a smaller squad then, not as big as this. So it was easy to play with a smaller squad because we're not going to compete in all competitions, right? So to play and have that consistency, and it made it easier for the team to understand themselves. This time, we are going to be competing in 4 competitions, even though it's preseason. It is time for us to try different formation, different pattern of play, and you should understand it won't be as fluid as it was last season. Why this fear mongering? Why guys falling for the old trick in the media space? Fear mongering. It's an old trick to trigger people into panic. I get it. There is pressure on Arteta and the team to achieve more this season. But you have to understand that there should be adaptation period for the new players. Declan Rice is a new player. Yuri Timber is a new player. Kai Havertz is a new player. Trossard was not there last preseason. Kivio was not there last preseason. So you should understand it will take time for us to operate at that seamless, flawless level. The game I watched, even though it was not as smooth as last season, it was decent in comparison to the number of changes we made. Let's not forget, it's a bigger squad. And Arteta is trying to make sure nobody is cold in the squad. Everybody get their fair share of minutes, and we can get match fitness as the season starts next season. Next week rather. Like, need to calm down. There is no need to panic. Do not fall for. Even though I understand is the content creators who are supposed to check the mainstream are actually adapting the same method the mainstream has been using for a long time. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I love the performance of Fabio Vieira. A lot of us have been very critical of him, but he had a decent performance. He is not a traditional winger, but he gave us something to look forward to. Now, he might not have played as Saka. He is not a Saka. Let players play to their strength. Right? Declan Rice is still adapting to the team. For me, he had a decent performance. You can see he's still a bit rusty, but he had a good, decent performance, in my opinion. Eddie has to do more with his touches. He is not a Jesus. Right? Can he do more? Yes. If Arsenal decide to getting a new striker, I'll understand that. But if Arsenal decide to go not getting a new striker and persist with Eddie, even though we know Jesus should be out for at least 6 weeks, I will understand. Let's just calm down. There's no jeopardy around this match, this preseason. When the season starts next week, I am positive we will play better and we'll score goals. There is quality in the team. There's quality in the team. So I don't understand where this fear mongering is coming from. It's not that we're awful. Yeah, we consider the sloppy goal, the first goal. But if you look at it and take away all your bias and your what would be the right word? Some of you are just harboring or watching to seek out mistakes. Take it out of your enjoy the game. Like everything shouldn't be about how to create exciting content. Enjoy the game and analyze the game objectively. But if we had a decent game, in my opinion, Partey was fantastic. Trossard came in. What's his name? Martinelli looked bright on the wings, right? Yes, Eddie didn't have a great game. He had a bad game, like a lot of you are making it seem. Eddie had a decent game. Fabio Vieira played 90 minutes. Kivio played 90 minutes. Yes, Tomiyasu for me had a so-so game, but Timber on the left, as a right back was fantastic. As a left back, I said it was fantastic. For me, I can take many positives from this game. The only negative I'm reacting to is from a lot of fans on those so-called bigger platforms who are whining and moaning about nothing. There's nothing to whine about. There's nothing to moan about. There's nothing to moan about. Like I insist, it was not as smooth sailing as the last time. At the same time, it's not as bad as some of you are exaggerating or embellishing it to be. It is not as bad as that. Right? It's not as bad as that. And Monaco, they were not a group of mannequins. They came to compete. Yeah, they put in a decent shift. They're physical, they were athletic. For me, it was a good game to test our players to make sure we are getting to our epic and getting to our peak of fitness. And I like that. We were able to compete physically, we were able to compete athletically, and I love that. Jorginho came in, had a decent cameo. What was his name? In the second half, let's say the defender, Gabriel came in. All the players that came in the second half had a decent cameo. Even Kai Havertz. Like, we are blending a bigger squad. So it will take a while for these players to blend and understand themselves. And let's see, one thing we have to understand. This is not about having 12 solid players. We have the depth a lot of you have been yearning for. And what comes with depth? Variety. What comes variety? Sometimes your favorite will be on the bench, and you have to understand it. Let's not divide the fan base by your selfish agendas or your relationship you have behind the scenes with the players. Arsenal should come first. Not your friendships, not your associations with the players. No, Arsenal should come first. Because it's becoming very distasteful that a lot of you will rather push your agenda than push Arsenal to win. If Arsenal do anything, you are looking for how to find something to moan about, something to whine about. It's getting boring. Can we just enjoy the game, the beautiful game, without an agenda? I'm not saying we should pander to the team, even though let's say they play wrongly, right? They don't play or perform greatly. We can constructively criticize the team. I'm not talking about agenda, constructive criticisms. But it looks like it's not about constructive criticism, it's about agenda. Now, I'll talk about the Jesus injury in the next video. Let me know what you think about the game. For me, it was a decent game. I like what I saw, and there's room for improvement. And I'm very, very positive about improvement to be made before we start the season against Nottingham Forest next week. Even though we are playing Manchester City at the weekend, I think we'll play very well. I won't be surprised if we win emphatically. Even though Jesus won't be playing, I saw the movement of the players, the pattern of play, the way we are moving the ball, we will score goals. We don't have to depend only Jesus. Now, if the Arsenal decide to get a striker, fine. If we don't get a striker, I'm still confident we have goals and attacking intent in that team. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Are you in the panic stations or you are the optimistic part? That's a tongue twister for me. Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like the video. Very, very important. Make sure you subscribe and not subscribe. Turn on the notification bells, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.